a scheduled stream as well?
Oh, let me check here. What's going on?
I hope we are. Well, regardless, we'll see, we've got a couple of people watching. I'm very sorry for being a few minutes late. All down to me, and my technical incompetence was shining through once again, and I couldn't fix it. But I think we fixed it because I can see a good-looking chap in a yellow T-shirt, and I think he can hear me. So, good evening, Mr. Martin.
I'm in a green T-shirt.
What did I say?
Yellow.
Did I? Good Lord. It's been a long weekend.
I was like, who else we got on?
Wow. You know what? I would have put a lot of money on that. I said it was green. That's terrible, isn't it?
Well, let's let the viewers on the side let us know what you said.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm sure you're right. It's a bit like you having me on about the Porsche barn find that had arrived at the track at the weekend.
It was a good barn find.
You scoundrel.
So, how are we doing?
Marvellous. Thank you very much. How are you doing, Mr. Double Winner? You had a good Monday?
I've had a pretty good Monday, yeah. Obviously, there was a small game on last night, which spilled into the early hours. But other than that, yeah, it was a disappointing game. But other than that, we won't talk about that. That's as much as we're going to say. Yeah, not a bad Monday. Catching up with some paperwork and bits and bobs. What about yourself? I saw some rolling going down.
Yeah, busy Monday. Obviously, after the race, trying to do a bit of a reset on the site as well, as you have to do with these things. And we'd actually had some rain overnight, which gave us a welcome opportunity. That little bit of window where we needed that just a bit moister than dry. So, yeah, took the opportunity with Mr. Rumble and started doing some repairs, which went really well. So that was good, a bit unexpected, bit impromptu. How these things go, you got to just do it when you can. So, yeah, been a busy day, and then back here and got everything lined up for this nice live, and then it wouldn't work for me when we actually come to do it. So it's been a good day. My sunburn is slightly calmer. My head doesn't feel like it's about to peel off like a lizard. So. That's nice.
It's funny you say that. I actually have lizard skin in the room next door.
Really?
Yeah, James brought it home from school one day.
Oh my goodness me!
Lovely. But yeah. So productive day. We were lucky with the rain because I don't know if you got it last night, but when I got home, it was absolutely lashing down.
Yeah, we got it here. I arrived home from doing the lock-up and all that sort of stuff. And I'm only, as you know, 6 miles away, I guess, from the track. And it was lashing down. So we got super lucky on that. I think it was the right decision to just tailor the finals down a little bit as well. Which nice for the guys to try and get everybody, home and out of the field and to enjoy the football and not get stuck in the rain as well. So yeah, it worked out really well. We'll cover the race anyway in a minute or three in our race reviews.
Yep.
Most importantly of the whole evening, which you're probably not if you were out celebrating England's penalty loss, what are you drinking?
So, once again, I have something new for you all. This is courtesy of my good friend Matt Bentley, who sent me over some beers to enjoy on the England game. And this is this Tuborg.
Nice.
It resides from a country.
Been talking to Rumble.
Yeah, I actually can't remember what country this one's from. Someone can tell us on the side, I'm sure. But the best thing about this beer is the cap.
Yes, they are quite cool, aren't they?
And it matches my yellow shirt.
It matches your yellow shirt perfectly. I actually am colourblind, but yeah.
I'm just opening it. There you go, caps off.
I'm looking forward to the review already. Got an itchy nose. Doesn't that mean someone's talking about you? What is that? I think that's what my mother taught me.
I thought that was red ears.
That's from standing outside at Nemo Raceway for too long.
Look. Yes. It tastes lovely. It tastes like most Scandinavian type beers. Yeah. Good. I didn't even try and match it with my shirt, so I've done very well this evening.
Good health. Good accessorizing.
So there we go. That is that. It's a lovely one. I think you should try it, although it's probably about £4 a bottle to actually buy.
If you can find it, because it's probably not one that you're going to find in Tesco's, that one.
No, exactly. But it's lovely. What are you drinking?
Good.
Red wine?
I am on a very predictable Malbec.
Tastes like every other Malbec?
Yes.
I haven't had red wine in a long time.
You're not? No, well, I only have a red wine these days when I do one of these with you. So it's a treat. It's a Monday treat to have some red wine and some peach tea as well.
I love a bit of peach tea.
Peach tea. That's what's in that one. In case you wonder whether I'm actually just blagging and I've got red wine in that one as well, which is a good idea.
It is. Or mix it with peach tea. You never know.
Well, we could do that. It's being mixed by me, isn't it? By default, it's like my stomach. So
shaken, not stirred.
Exactly. Shall we do some Leroy shout-outs from the side if we've got some people watching?
Let's do it. So, David Rolls, first on. I mean, he is keen on being first on. He is TQ of the comments. Top chat. In fact, while I say top chat, let me change it to live chat in case it's kicked anyone out. Here we go. Adrian Svensson, he's online. He had a good day at Slough yesterday. I'm sure we'll talk about it shortly. So, hopes everyone is well.
Yes.
Lukey Boy Bennett, he says, evening all.
Good evening, Lukey Boy. Lukey Boy was doing well. He was running his new motor as well on Sunday, which was good to see. Yep,
Lukey baby. Homeboy RC, Craig Homer is online. He says, evening, guys and girls. Hopefully on the correct stream this time. I assume we are. It looks like we are.
Yeah, yes, finally. I don't know. We haven't done anything different, so that's the only slight worry, other than just make sure there's no weird things that are going on in the background. But it's worked today.
It's worked. Kev Brunston's online. He says, good evening, chaps, from Kevin Elise. So he's not with Claire.
He will be.
He will be at some point. Probably making cakes.
Yes. Good.
John Green is online. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well and recovered after what feels like a long weekend, from Nina and John.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Green. Good evening. We are recovered, just about.
Marcus Butler's online. A regular. He says, good evening, guys. So good evening, Marcus.
Good evening.
If that is indeed Marcus. Marquez. Probably Marquez.
Marquez.
Ben Johnson is online. I've never heard that guy laugh. Have you?
Only 23 hours of a 24-hour day. And once again, we'll quickly just get this in there. We've got a big thank you to say to Mr. Ben Johnson, and also, obviously, as ever, Lyndon and Jane Hammer as well, because they gave us huge amounts of help over the weekend, and also today as well. So thank you very much. We love you.
We do indeed. I had a nice evening on Thursday evening after we went to Shrewsbury. I shared a beer with old Don and Jane in the caravan, and Ben, of course.
He's a legend.
Legend, mate, legend. Ben Kennett is online. He must be keen. He must have had a good day yesterday. He's online and watching.
Exactly. Good evening, Mr. Kennett. Thank you for my Starbucks coffee, which I conveniently forgot to pay you for. So I'll weigh you up next time.
That's right. I forgot to pay you for sandwiches and coffee anyway. So we can all pay each other.
Yes, exactly.
Nick Simpson's online. Says, evening, all you lovely people. Is it the weekend yet?
Very nearly. Just a few hop, skip, and jumps to go, and we'll be back racing again.
We missed Simo this weekend.
We did miss Simo, and he turned 50 the other day as well. So
he does no way look 50.
I know. Well, he's just so relaxed. He's just chilled out, and he's the definition of chilled out, as Mr. Simerson.
Yeah, he's definitely well done, Nick, on looking so young.
It's probably why he says, "Are we racing yet?" Because he's actually at the track today to do the race meeting for the weekend.
Yeah, he's that chilled. He's a day late.
Exactly.
Chris James online. Evening, chaps. Top results at the weekend. So thank you very much, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Harry Weymouth's online. Evening, guys. He was one of my stars of the day on Sunday.
Yeah,
we'll
absolutely.
Shortly, I'm sure.
Good. Am I still moving on your screen because I'm frozen on mine?
You are still moving on my screen.
We'll go with that.
Action Man's online. Says, evening, chappos.
Good evening, Action Man. The suit is ready, so I'm ready to welcome you back to the track anytime you want to come.
Nitro Freak. He says, hello, everyone. Hello, Nitro Freak.
Hello.
Tim Simpson gives a wave. Rogue Tim.
He did. He went rogue on our team chat earlier on, which was nice to see.
Homeboy RC says, yo, Freak, good to see you here. Finally, Nitro Freak says, Terry King, what's up, bro? They're all talking to each other on the chat, which is glorious to see.
Nice.
Because Terry King also says, hi, Nitro Freak. I think Nitro Freak is the podcast that Homeboy RC, Craig Homer, keeps talking about.
Okay, nice, good.
I'm pretty sure. I'm sure they'll confirm that, but it's cool to see him online and giving him a shout out as well.
Welcome.
Linda, oh man, we were talking about just a few minutes ago. Says, "Evening, everyone. Well done to the Nemo crew for all the hard work for the Nitro Cross to happen quality as always. Top quality as always, probably what he meant to say." Jane says, "Thank you for all the support and encouragement. The first dirt racing special."
Yeah, she did good. Ended up doing both days as well. I think that was fantastic to see, and big progress as well from obviously knowing the guys for a while now and seeing Jane cruise around at Plymouth and then sometimes on a practice time at Nemo as well. And yeah, she just keeps getting better all of the time, which I've said to the guys this morning. There's no short circuit when you decide you want to start RC. We all started not being able to do it to start with, so you just got to keep at it, do it as much as you can, and you just get better and better all the time.
That's right. There's no one that jumps into this sport and is instantly good. Let me tell you that right now.
Oh no.
There's some more talking with amongst each other. I think this is even still before we were online, so
good.
Catching up. And Nitro Freak is appreciating people that are checking out his channel and subbing to it. So if any of you guys out there fancy going over, checking out Nitro Freak's channel and subscribing, hitting the thumbs up, giving him a bell icon, all that kind of cool stuff that all the YouTubers say.
Yes.
Do that. Neil Thompson, will the pre-setup stream work this week? So this is, we've nailed it, surely.
Yes. Only this week. We were.
Yeah,
it'll be poor next time, I'm sure.
And then we are into live show because everyone's saying that you said yellow.
Good Lord. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
Sarah Campbell's online this evening from Sarah and
Craig.
And
we missed them. Be good to see them again soon.
It would be indeed, and we'll see them soon, definitely at Shrewsbury.
Yeah. That's coming up.
Mr. Jones, Mark Jones online. Sometimes he's called Jonesy Cram. Sometimes he's Jones Family. Today he is Mark Jones.
It's always good to have multiple aliases.
Yes, it is. Claire is online. Cakes by Claire. Good evening, boys. Great weekend. Well, Saturday for me because she wasn't there on Sunday. Love from the Amazon warehouse. So she is at work.
Well, good evening and welcome to the Amazon warehouse.
I ordered something tonight. It's coming tomorrow.
Delivered.
Get that one sorted for me.
Yes.
Homeboy RC said, you said yellow. You probably need some sleep, so we'll let you off.
Thank you, homeboy. Appreciate it.
Paul Williams says, "Hi guys, hope you are well. My son George loved his first ever race on Sunday. Great facility for getting youngsters involved in RC."
That's awesome to read. That sort of stuff definitely makes it all worthwhile rather than people moaning at you. So thank you, Paul. Much appreciated. We haven't got enough details to announce anything, but with Leroy, myself, Mark, and Mr. Barton, he's been pushing us into trying to do some junior academy days, which will be free to do. He's mentioned it to me a couple of times now, Rich. I'm really keen to do it. I know Leo will be really keen to do it as well because he's done similar things before. So watch this space on that. We're going to have something for the juniors. It's going to be open for everybody, regardless of what you've got. That's going to be cool. That's going to be happening. Maybe on like Saturday mornings, like a football training camp every couple of weeks or every 3 weeks or once a month or something. We're going to come up with a plan to try and help out the juniors even further.
Yeah, sounds like a fantastic idea to me, and I'm all in.
All Mr. Barton's. We just said we would facilitate it, and he's up for helping out and coming each time and all that sort of stuff. So I think that's pretty cool.
Good man. Yep, cool. Mr. Barton, get it sorted. Mr. Warburton is online. Says, "Good evening to our superstar main driver."
He was so unlucky. Daz, good evening, mate. And I'm sorry. I'm just sorry for having to watch you not finish your last lap to get that bump because that was all yours. I'm very sad about that. But you were driving awesome. Your car looked awesome. And you're awesome. Thank you for all the help that you give to all of our team.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Shorey, another one of these awesome fellas, is on next. He says, "Hi, everyone."
So much help. So, another big thank you to Mikey. I mean, he was helping us in the week as well, making sure that we were weatherproof because it was looking like we were going to be dealing with a decent amount of rain for the weekend. which thank goodness didn't come along, but we were ready. Compliments to Mr. Shorey if we needed to get that water off the track.
Yeah, top man, top man. Arvinder is online. He says, "Evening, chaps."
Good evening, Arvinder. How did you go at Slough? Tell us how it all went.
Yes, please tell us. Please tell us. So Neil says he's pretty sure that Tuborg is Danish, brewed by Carlsberg. So yeah, I actually don't really like Carlsberg, and this tastes good, so they must brew it differently.
Nice, I like it.
Yaz Mughal, another superstar from Saturday, is online. Good evening, guys.
He did awesome. That's got to be his best 8-scale race so far, I think.
Yep.
Having watching it, I mean, that's one of the nice things about running the races out on the track, waving the flag, is you do get to see like every heat with everybody in it, and I really enjoy that. And I think Yaz was one of the standout guys for sure. Really good.
Yep, he did very well indeed, very well. Jonesy said he missed us at the weekend. He said, "Great job by the team. Don't worry, pal. We'll be back together very soon."
Yes, with our findings as well, because we've definitely had some findings from the weekend, which is exciting.
Oh yes, we love a good finding.
We do.
Nick Simpson said he missed us, and he can't make them all. That's a shame, bud. But I'm sure you'll be at the next one.
Exactly, and well, it should be this weekend, I think, for the Truck Nationals.
Druggy, yeah.
Are you coming?
You talking to me?
No, Nick.
Oh. Darren Keeble says, "Hi, John. Hi, Lee." So, hello, mate.
Hello, buddy. Good to see you online. Come and have some fun with us up at the raceway. And always enjoy bumping into you at Westmill and Slough and all those other places. So yeah, get yourself up. Come and have a go. Yeah,
man. Matt Stenhouse online says, "Hi, guys. Looked a great weekend. Sorry to missed it. No problem.
Yes.
Nitro Freak. I keep saying Feek. Nitro Freak. Yes, I run live feed myself. The guy's been trying to get me in here to check you guys out, so wanted to stop in and say hello. So we're happy you could, and we will also pop in and say hello to you next time you're live.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Share the love out.
Share the love. Peter Van Tonder. I love that name. That's a good name. Evening, gents. I drove up to Nemo for this weekend from Kent. Great facility and friendly people. Thank you for a great weekend. So it is our pleasure.
It is our pleasure. And also, like Mr. Martin, I really like your name too. In fact, I picked it out internally as my favourite name off the heat sheets. So,
there you go. And I didn't even know that.
No, you didn't, and that is a true story.
Arvinder finished 4th in the B final. Just missed the bump to the A by 2 seconds after being taken out by a back marker.
But but still good, and I'm sure Arvinder was having fun because he always looks like he's having fun with his RC. So good job, buddy.
Indeed. Cole McKenzie is online. Hi guys, sorry I missed the weekend. Had a couple of weekends off to stop earache for 2 nationals in a row.
That's a fair exchange, buddy. So yeah, we'll let you off, mate. We'll let you off.
Everyone needs race tokens, and yeah. Ivan is online.
New turkey shell on the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, mate. There is. It's we've sent it to you already for pre-testing.
Exactly that. Nice. We'll have a new truggy to go with the new truggy shell.
Yep. So yeah, we are up to date on the side. Boom.
That was a good shout out. So let's get straight into races. We've got a couple of 2 or 3 that happened over the weekend. Obviously, we hosted the Nitro Cross rounds. What did we decide they were? 4 and 5 or 5 and 6?
5 and 6. 5 and 6.
So, firstly, thank you to those guys for coming to us and asking if we wanted to host one of their rounds or 2 of their rounds. Really love this format myself. Personally, I know, Leroy, I think you're pretty keen on it too, where you get the 2 separate races on a Saturday and a Sunday. It really just does fill up both the days. You get, all that qualifying again, you get your practice again, and then you get to race 2 finals, which I love because for me, that's always the fun part, is getting out there on track with people of the same speed of you and seeing what you can do. So cool format for me. Leroy, same thoughts?
Yeah, I love it. It's 2 days. You can have a disappointing day one day and you can have a great day the next, or 2 good days if you have 2 bad days and unlucky.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's better than having 1 bad day.
Yeah, I think so. And I think it makes the second day completely relevant as well because, often on our 2-day formats, and we've done them ourselves at Nemo Raceway a few times, when you have that second day and it's just the finals day, people can be going home at 11 o'clock, and you know, you definitely get more value for money, I think, on this style format. More racing, more qualifying, and more finals. So big fan of that.
I would love to see them do. So you do 2 rounds, but you have a combined winner.
Yeah, for the actual weekend.
For like the weekend. So you have it's rounds 5 and 6, but there's a winner of rounds 5 and 6 put together, if you know what I mean. You should have like rounds 1 and 1.5, and then I don't know, something like that.
Award points up, and then at the end of it, you could top them up for the 2 days, and
and you have an overall winner of the weekend.
The one good thing about having it the way they have it is you can, if you can't commit to I don't know how many rounds count out of their series actually, but if you can't commit to one of those days, you can still come and have a go, which is quite appealing, I guess, on a club level if people work on a Saturday or something like that. But I also like your idea too. But regardless, anyway, we were lucky enough to be asked to host some rounds, which is great. It's another new series that we've managed to welcome to Nemo Raceway in a short period of time. So really glad for that. Nice guy, super easy to work with. It was a little bit strange in some ways to be running the race, but not actually our format or knowing who was in what heats or gradings and things like that. Quite often we were getting asked questions about why this or why that, and actually it was not our decisions on this instance. But yeah, it was really good. Great to work with Kevin and Suzanne Griffin as well, from obviously BRCA National Series fame. So a nice little prelude for us for the upcoming national with us at the end of the year. That was really good fun. I enjoyed that. I know Mark enjoyed that as well. He was working closely with Kevin and Suzanne and working through some of the things. Different system, BBK systems, not what we're running at Nemo Raceway, as you know, Leroy. So that was interesting and challenging at the same time for the guys in there. But yeah, overall, I think it was really good, and lots of good feedback from the majority. The track was bumpy. Certainly by the end of the second day, it started to come apart. But when I think about it and I look back and go through past live RC stuff and data and see how many laps the track's had since we've had the opportunity to do a full refresh, it's done awesomely well, and it's still very drivable and usable, despite what a few whingers would say, which I think is awesome, that it can withstand. Well, we're probably 50,000 laps on that since we've managed to get on there and do our full refresh, because we've had 2 of our multiple day meetings on there, plus then everything that goes on in the week as well, and now this 2-day race as well. So super chuffed to see that. Definitely a big progress from where we were last year, which is it was needing resets much more often than what we're looking at this year. So as we keep moving that ground around, it seems to just get better and better, which is good to see. And yeah, like what we said earlier on, we've started to give it a good reset now, because we had the opportunity to do so. It's been so hard with the weather. I mean, we wanted to do a full reset for our Dirt GP, didn't we? But we were so busy bailing the place out of floods on the run up to it that just went out of the window. I think for me, that's one of the hardest things of running the track that I hadn't taken into account, is that it doesn't matter whether you want to do something or not. If the conditions don't allow it, you just can't do it. You make it worse by trying to do it. So all good learnings, but it was challenging. It was bumpy. It was off-road, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. I actually quite enjoyed it. Well, I enjoyed it quite a lot, because it
helps when you win something to enjoy it. That's what I've also found.
It does, but I was enjoying it on the practice before we even got into winning anything, because it was different. You had to think about it. You had to change your lines. You couldn't just drive it like a touring car track where you just balls out between corners, and you had to think. It was more like off-road, because you didn't just carve a touring car line. You had to go round bumps and stuff, which is something I've done for a while, I think. And was definitely more like motocross. When you watch them ride, they go crazy lines to go find either the grip or the smooth sections of the track, which is what we had to do, and it evolved. How it started on Saturday morning was not how it ended on Sunday afternoon. So
no, definitely not. And something we've not, like you said, not really seen before. It's actually quite interesting as a watcher, not driving it, to see that happen. And it reminded me very much of all of the European races that I've spent many years doing, where the track does evolve through it, and you end up doing different things at the end of that meeting. than what you were doing at the beginning of it. So really good practice for those style events. But having said that, we've already started making it a little bit flatter again, just so we can keep a few of the prima donnas a bit happier. But yeah, good on that side. So let's go into who won what. So day one, hopefully I've got throwing up on the stream there. You'll probably see that in about 30 seconds with our amazing internet that we have. But obviously, well done to yourself. You won the Saturday.
Thank you.
Second was Johnny. Good battle. Good battle. Although it was a relatively convincing win for you on the Saturday. I think Johnny had a bit of a hard time towards the end of the final, but it's always close between you two. There's literally nothing in it. Just an unlucky bubble here or there tends to be what settles it. And then the stealth of Slop, looking stealthy in that photo as well, came in and stole the last place. Look at him. He's a ninja in disguise. So that was our top three, and a very handsome young man there with you as well.
Look at that little guy. Look at that little fella. So yeah, awesome. It was a good fun race. In the end, it worked out very well for me, keeping it rubber side down and just pummeling out laps.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a good one.
It was a good one. It was a very impressive drive from yourself. I thought, Leroy, very controlled, fast, but just didn't put it anywhere that was going to be a bit risky, and obviously ended up winning that one relatively comfortably in the end. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
we moved straight in. Sorry, bud, you go.
I was going to say, what I will say about that race is we ran that engine in basically that morning.
Yes, that is also true. That's something definitely worth mentioning. Leroy's he's only been lucky enough to have 1 225 since we've been doing our new adventure into working with different partners and all that sort of stuff. So it's done a considerable amount of time. I was trying to actually factually add it up, and I'd got into, I think, about 8 gallons, which for a race engine at your level, where you're tuning it to leave not really very much on the table, I think is outstanding. And still good. Yeah, exactly that. Still fine, but in RC at the end of the day, everything has a life. Nothing lasts forever, and it just felt like it was a point where we probably should be getting ourselves in a better situation. Now we've got good supply as we head into a big period of nationals. So we took the opportunity to take a new one out of the box and throw it into your car, Leroy, for the Saturday morning, didn't we? Knowing that it was probably going to be a little bit compromising for you, as we just gently tuned it down because we didn't want to go crazy to start with. But I think I did see a nice little thing you posted earlier on, but it literally was a 2 tanks tick over, tune it away, and then by the final you did the business. So I think that's an awesome advert for the ease of running them in and reliability as well.
And I mean, it makes you feel good, because if you get to that position, not everyone is fortunate enough to be able to have 2 engines ready to go in their box.
No, like we were.
And if you get to that position where, your engine blows up or whatever, you can sit that thing on the box, run it for 2 tanks. And I mean, literally ran it for 2 tanks, and it went out for Q1. Yeah. And I still finished 2nd or 3rd in the round with some mistakes. Yeah. So what other engine can you really do that with and be confident that it's not going to blow itself to bits?
Yeah, exactly that. And prematurely wear it as well. And it goes back to the process of matching them up at assembly, and then also the hand lapping as well, which we've discussed on our running guide video. So pretty cool to see that. In fact, we did about 2 or 3 over the weekend for people that had purchased an engine. So that was really cool to see. And I think everybody was super happy with what they got at the end of it. So I did one for Lukey Boy as well on the second day on the Sunday, because he'd had some issues with his old OS one. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That great to see it multiple times as well. So
yeah, it's wicked. That was one of my really good takeaways from the weekend.
Yeah, well, you never know, do you? You go to a Euros and your air filter falls off and it eats half a track. You
need Ben.
to do something. Yeah, all right, Ben, exactly. Well, Ben's new 225 actually did that, unfortunately, but it's still going. So we sort of wiped its bottom, cleaned it out, and she purred away for the rest of the day. So maybe we got lucky on that, but often you don't. And then, like you say, if you've got something else in it, you need to do about 3 hours to run the thing in. It's quite hard to do that at a race and still do well. All good. So move on to the Sunday race. And I'll flick up a different photo. There's a couple of monkeys that still look the same in it, but a new third monkey, a new stealth ninja, is also looking equally stealth as the last third place driver. So Sunday race, well done, Leroy, again. Took the win. Much closer this time. It was a really good, hardish battle, I would say, with Johnny. Like we're saying, just fractions separate you two every time that we come to Nemo. So well done again. Johnny picked up the P2 again, and this time Kev came through on that good speed that he's got and took a third. And apart from an unlucky Marshall where he crashed at the top of the hill, you wouldn't have seen this because obviously you were racing trying to win it. But he was kind of stalking you two. He was only like a corner and a half, 2 corners back, and looking really, really good. Car was looking good as well. He went a little bit quick up the top of the hill, had a crash just as poor old Steve Guppy was on the way down the hill to marshal somebody else. Just one of those things where you see it happen, you see it play out, and you go, "Oh, that's disappointing," because he's probably not even going to know he's crashed at the top of the hill yet.
I know. It scares me sometimes. I've been in a similar thing, and when I see someone running away, I go super slow.
Yeah, well, that's the wise old silver fox in you, that Leroy.
There you go.
Right thing to do.
It's amazing how Kev's car in that picture looks a lot bigger than mine and Johnny's.
It does actually look like it's another scale. Perhaps that's why it's so good. Perhaps he's got a 1/7 scale of Gamma 319P.
I think he has. But yeah, Kev did awesome. So he was right in that fight, and I was battling with Johnny. We were going toe to toe basically, and I could see Kev in the background, right there. If anything was going to happen, so it was good. It was almost like Mercedes of old, Bottas and Hamilton. They had Verstappen being annoying in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. He was waiting for the almost inevitable coming together between the two of you guys and come and pick the cherries off. But yeah, you pulled it through, mate. So big congratulations to you on a double win. I think that's pretty awesome. So well done. We'll remember those times when it's not so good and it doesn't work our way, because that's racing. You don't win them all, that's for sure.
No. You lose more than you win, and that is a given.
That is an absolute given. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, well done. Good racing. Well done to all the guys that finished. One of the things that I loved the most about the Nitrocross was they actually had plaques and trophies, which I'm sure if Johnny's watching, he can moan because he's still not got his one from the Dirt GP. But they had plaques and trophies for top 3 from every final. I thought that was a really nice touch. I don't think we celebrate our winners well enough, like we've said before. And then moreover than that, it was all of the juniors, or the top 14 juniors, they all got a plaque too. And that is absolutely what those sort of series should be about. It's what every series should be about, really, to be fair. Because
they're a picture of that?
I haven't got a picture of that because I was busy enjoying it, sat on the rostrum at the top watching it. But yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of them around.
Yeah,
I thought that was a very, very cool thing to do. And like I say, that's what it should be about, isn't it? When you come to these Nitrocross races or regional style races, it's encouraging the people to become the next to you and Johnny and Neil Cragg and Elliot Boots, all that sort of stuff. We were all there once upon a time. Very cool
indeed, and it's awesome. Yeah, I love celebrating junior drivers and making them feel good. I mean, we were it's just going on from that. We were at Telford for the Schumacher series last week, and they did a very similar thing. All the juniors got little medals.
That's cool.
And my Scott raced on the Saturday, and when he got this medal, he was chuffed to bits. Went to bed with him that night, and it was just like, I went up and said to the Schumacher guys, Robin and Muzz, I was like, thank you very much for that, because you've made a little kid's day.
Yeah.
But not really doing much, just appreciating that they were there, and so that stuff like that's awesome, and that's what gives the good impressions and the good memories that keeps them going.
Yeah, definitely so. And we need to step that up at Nemo as well, and be better at that sort of stuff. And like I said, with Rich Barton, the junior academy that we're going to be doing, hopefully will be received with how it's intended, which is just to come and have some fun with some RC cars and keep juniors interacting and engaged with it as a.
And can I put it out there right now? No, I've not mentioned this, and I only just thought about it just literally 30 seconds ago. Let's do a junior championship at Nemo Raceway.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All the kids, everyone can. You don't have to qualify. Everyone book in under 16s,
Yeah.
under 13s, 2 different championships.
Nice. Let's do it.
Let's do that. I know they did it once in 8 scale. It was at
Did
Frankfurt.
they?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Long time ago. Ago.
I think they had under 19, under 16. We could do that. Under 19, under 16, under 13.
Yeah, the 3 categories. Well, let's do it. Let's get it penned in like as quick as we can, so that it gives people the biggest opportunity to come and do that.
Yep.
And yeah, let's get behind it. I like it.
Yeah, we're doing it. So anyone watching with their kids or whatever, we're doing it, and we'll make a super good thing where, I don't know, maybe we can have the race one day and then a big tutoring session the next, or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, we could do the race. We could do that, couldn't we? Do the race on the Saturday, and then people want to, hang about and do a Sunday. We can open the track up and do some clinics, as the cool kids call them.
Yep. Or the opposite. We'll do the clinic Saturday and race Sunday, whatever.
Yeah.
You tell us what you want to do, guys. But if you think that's a good idea, that sounds cool to me.
Yeah, me too. So that was Nitrocross. Look forward to hopefully having the guys back. I think they were pretty keen to come back to us. So yeah, it's gonna be good. We'll have another one hopefully next year. Other races that I know of, I'm just going to pick up not in order of priority, but there was a pretty decently sized race in America, the JBRL Series race in California that Steve Harris did that for us, and he actually managed to win that, which is fantastic. So only just found out about that just before I was coming on air. I've got some photos, but I haven't resized them for that. So I'll try and do that as we're talking away, and then we can throw that up a bit later. But big congratulations to Steve. He's obviously been improving at a really good rate, working really well with Brandon Rose as well. So we've got a good little tag team between those two. And like he was fighting for A mains in pro classes in Vegas just a month or so ago. So carrying on that, moving up the ladder over there. So that's pretty cool. So big well done to Steve. There was another race on in America as well. Billy just gave me the details of, which was in Houston, which was the Area RC Series. And we actually had 2nd to 5th were all running our stuff. Robbie Darby in 2nd, Jeffrey Jordan 3rd, Mark Morrow 4th, and Kobe Babbitt in 5th. So a really good, strong weekend for NemoRacing USA on results. So massive congratulations to all those people.
Awesome. Good job, guys.
Very good job. Good to see that keep moving forward. Then we went back into England, back to Slough. Not quite the sunny California, but not far off it. If you squint a little bit and look at the planes coming overhead, it could be somewhere exotic.
The traffic's generally the same on the M4.
Yes, exactly. So they had their latest round of the club series, which is keeping good popularity and stuff, which is great. I actually had a little look to see, a good healthy entry for them, which was really interesting because obviously the Nitrocross was on, which had a good entry too. So really happy to see that. I think our best result there was Adrian in 5th. So Mr. Sveners, well done, mate, on that. I think that's a sterling result considering you hardly get to race at Slough. You probably raced more at Slough in the last 2 or 3 months than you have the last 20 years. So that's pretty impressive. And obviously we saw Arvinder was there as well, and we had other various people doing quite well there. So Richard Palmer, I think he had a good qualifying. I think he had an issue in the final, not sure what, but was showing really good. Well done.
It's probably right to mention that Dylan won using Piranha Fuel, if I'm not mistaken.
And won using Piranha Fuel, yeah. I don't know whether he was on 6 mix this weekend or not. He often runs 6 mix. He sort of swaps it up between a few different brands, but certainly the fuel he knows what's good for his motors. So yeah, well done. I always forget that bit with people running Piranha. I need to get better at that because it is, it's impressive. It's good. Lots of races go our way with that, which is awesome. Next one. Well, that's the last one of mine I've got in here. I think there was some 10th scale stuff, but we're not fully 100% into that as Nemo. I know we are as Mr. Martin. You tell me what was on.
I'll tell you that there was one with Jessica, who finished 2nd at our nationals.
Good Lord. I am tired. Your yellow shirt's looking good. Yes, absolutely that. So in Sweden, apologies. In Sweden, it was I think it was their first round of their national series. And Jessica was in the fight to win that. I know all the details of it, so I don't know how it skipped over my head, but anyway. She ended up leading that for a period of time. Got a little bit unlucky with a back marker that was upside down in the far section of the track. Ended up walloping them, bending her front shock tower, and still managed to carry on. But with a slightly tweaked car, ended up finishing 2nd, but very happy with car and product and everything else. So yeah, big congratulations to her. They go pretty much straight into their next national round. I think it's either this coming weekend or the following weekend, and full of confidence in the equipment. And she's going to go all the way. I mean, there's some very, very fast guys in Sweden. Obviously, Ronnie Falk when he's there as well. And she, more often than not, gives him a good push around the track. And both you and I know, Leroy, when that happens, you're racing one of the best in the world. So we haven't had the opportunity to see that yet, unfortunately, since she joined us a year and a half ago. Obviously, with everything getting cancelled with COVID and stuff, we've not managed to go and do our Euros and things like that. But very confident that we're going to see some pretty awesome things out of her when we do. And it'll be great to be in an environment to welcome her properly into the team and go and attack those races with several bows to our arrow. So arrows to our bow. I'm tired. I knew what I wanted to say. So yeah, that was sweet. What else, Leroy? What else have I forgotten?
So I was just looking.
Because I'm trying to do all of this off the top of my head.
Yeah, I was just looking. I didn't know if Sean had raced on the island or not.
Sean was winning. Sean was winning over the weekend because RC House and Option RC have a new HQ that looks very nice.
And I'm just looking at the pictures of it, so I'm super proud of him. He's doing really well.
He is.
Obviously supporting our brands and doing some of his own. So yeah, good job, Shawnee.
Yep, excellent. Looking forward to seeing him at the weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then what else was on? I mean, there was some temp scale stuff. We had Yaz went from our track to do a club race at Torch.
Yep.
And he finished second there to Steve Brown. Obviously, Steve running the track is
yeah. Oh, that's a good result for Yaz. Nice work.
Definitely a good result for him. What else was on? I had a few in my head, which now I've forgot about. Yeah, that's that.
They were the main ones.
Yeah, they were the main ones, I think. I'm sure someone will tell us down the side what we've missed, if we've missed anything at all.
Yes.
But yeah.
I think there was some pretty good French races on, but I haven't seen the results come in from the guys.
Yeah, to be fair, I got tagged in a post that was not English from Sylvan.
And I think there was something in Italy as well, but again, I've not actually seen the results, but I'm sure they were all out having a great time, which is good. Where are we going this weekend? Tell us what's going on.
So this weekend, well, at least what we're doing is we're going to support and race at the Truck and E-Buggy National. Again, this time it's at Brookthorpe, and it's going to be the first time we've been there since it's been done.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, snap. Don't destroy me too much with your truck. I'm still running Talbotini's special truck, and it's still got his 500 million gallon OS in it as well. Not OS, bullet OS in it. I'm probably not going to get too much time to make a different plan with that, but looking forward, like you say, we went there almost probably one of the last people to go before they did the dirt changeover when it was AstroTurf before, didn't we? We went and did a test day there for various bits and pieces and to experience something different, and we had a jolly good time on their hospitality, pitting inside the container, and they were super nice guys. So looking forward to going back down there, looking forward to seeing the dirt version, all seen the photos and stuff of the other guys that have had the opportunity to do their races, which we haven't done. So yeah, it's going to be mega. I'm looking forward to driving that track. It looks awesome.
It is going to be awesome. I'm pumped for it.
What are you doing? Truck, and have we nicked somebody's e-buggy for you yet, or are you just still doing truck?
So currently, I'm booked in to do both, but we still don't have an e-buggy.
We actually do now. It's slightly fire damaged, but we do actually have something. But it might be pushing it a bit on a Monday night to get all the rest of that. I don't know. I don't know whether you can get the electrics and stuff done for it, or
I've got all the electrics. They're ready to go in.
Are they?
Yeah.
Impressive. Well, we should try and make a plan then, really.
Yeah, I think it's probably time I got one.
I think. Well, it's there.
Okay.
It's not really fire damage, just a little bit. It's just singed on the sides. It'll be all right.
Singed. Did we talk about this? Why it was singed? Have we discussed
No,
that?
I've purposely evaded the fact that I'm lucky to actually be here because we had a fire. because I just thought, let's just not go there. But yeah, we had a fire. It hurt a bit. We're all right. And Leroy's got a slightly singed 319 PE coming out of it. So it's all good.
It's all good. I've just while I'm scouring through Facebook here trying to work some stuff out, I just saw a nice post from Luke Bennett. He put a picture of his F225 up. He says, "Wow, probably the best engine I've ever had the pleasure to use. Easy to run in, only 3 tanks of fuel on the box, and tuned by the legend John Hazelwood. A full day's racing, and it still feels like it needs to run in more." But he put very, very happy faces.
That's very kind of you, mate. I'm definitely not a legend. That phrase gets used too many times, but always a pleasure to help you out. And I got a beer out of it as well, so we all won. You got a good engine. I had a beer, and yeah, awesome. Thank you for the nice comments. It's very nice.
Lukey loves a beer too.
Yes, I have seen a few pictures. I think you might have even sent me one that had quite a few beer bottles lined up after a night.
Lukey's loving it. Lukey's loving it. I've seen a race with Brandon on the podium.
Oh, nice. Where was that?
Yeah. So this it's a race report from Jeffrey Jordan. Hark round 8. Another pretty good Hark for me. So basically, Jeffrey Jordan did well. He's thanked Brandon for helping him out. He's finished 7th in A1 of E-Buggy and 5th in A2.
Nice.
And then the 25-minute main started 2nd, finished 3rd.
Good.
Okay, so this must be where they finished 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but also on the pro podium, Brandon is in 2nd with
nice.
One of our guys in 4th too.
Very nice, very nice. Boys are kicking it out there. Billy's assembled a nice group of people. We're absolutely tiny and small in comparison to our competitors, but as ever, we seem to have got the nice guys. Cool, well done to Brandon as well. Then I hadn't even seen that one, so awesome.
Yep, super. So yeah, I think that's enough of me scouring Facebook for more results.
Yes, I think so.
On a picture.
Shall we see if we can get our counterpart in at this time? Because it's the right time to go into question time, because I've got a few questions myself from some of our guys, and I'm sure there might be some on the side, and I need a pee, so it means that I won't have to leave you unattended, which is always a weird feeling when you're doing one of these things, if you're suddenly on your own with it. So, and I probably am going to pee myself.
No worries. You go to pee.
Yes, exactly. So I should be all right for a minute or two. See if Mr. Rumble joins us. See if he's got his internet fixed at his new abode. That, like we said before, he'd celebrated his 1 gigabillion zits thing that he was going to have, and then it's transpired that you can't even get dial-up broadband. So it's not done so well there. Your shirt still looks yellow.
MS-DOS.
Yes, exactly. MS-DOS. Right. Till he joins, I'm going. Leroy, over to you.
Over to me. So Rumble might pop it in at any minute, but yeah, everyone's loving the ideas for a junior final. Matthew Normandy has come online, and I said bonsoir. John's not here, so he can't say bonsoir, but bonsoir from John too. Davey Rolls, any news on the roof? No, not yet, mate, not yet. Ian, nice to see you online, buddy. He was at Brookthorpe last week. Was a washout, but good fun. I saw the rain. Sloppy showed me some videos of the rain going through his tent. It looked like a moist one. Lukey Bennett, smiley face. And Stevie, yes, Luke does love a bud, or 10 or 14. I think it was actually 14 on that day at the GP. Lukey boy needed that bacon sandwich on the next day for sure. So yeah, I mean that's one of the best things about racing for me, is socializing and meeting everyone and hanging out with people. And the Nitro Cross was perfect for that, because a lot of people camp, a lot of people socialize. I had the privilege of talking to a lot of people I wouldn't normally speak to and enjoying their company. So thank you very much.
What did I miss? Sorry, Leroy. I went all... No, I'm not even going to go there. Sorry, Leroy.
No worries.
Good afternoon.
We should have a third...
We do. I
Good
think. Well,
afternoon.
Mr. Rumble.
how are we doing?
Good.
Mark.
You?
Yeah, no, all fine, all fine. It's funny. I saw myself in the bottom left, and obviously I just hadn't clocked that it obviously needed to go up in the middle. And I was
Yes.
like, oh, I like waved to Lee. I was like, hello, Lee. Hello, Lee.
You're like, she's not talking to me.
I was like, fine then. How are we doing?
You weren't live on my
I
screen.
have been listening alongside turning a house the right way round, which is always good. But no, it's all good, all good.
I need
We
to.
had a busy day.
I need to get Tenor sponsorship, I think.
Tenor. Oh yes,
Tenor
I
lady.
agree. You need some maxi pads, John.
Not good. Once you get past 40, you don't always get a massive window between being absolutely fine and needing to go to the toilet.
I think I had a very similar conversation with Graham Wright at the weekend. He said something very similar.
Just 1 second. We've got a €50 fine from the mess that you left in the bloody porta toilet at the weekend. So
Who?
you.
€50. Well,
Is that like the In-Betweeners movie?
Exactly
correct.
that. Exactly that. It's supposed to get it in the toilet, not down the side of it as you were running.
No, but
situation.
I did it in the child's toilet.
Exactly.
I did it in the bidet.
Yeah, I mean, most of it didn't go on the floor, so all right.
Still a €50 fine. Talking
Yeah.
about portaloos, if anybody's watching this that put empty cans of drink into the portaloos, please could you not do that again, because our company that provide us lovely new portaloos for these races are not massively happy with us that they're having to fish out empty cans from the toilet when they've emptied it.
Somewhat unsurprisingly.
And also,
I mean, to be fair, having a look at our bins as well, which look like we've sort of hosted a festival.
Model
as
car
well
race.
as that, clearly a lot of stuff manages to make it to the bins. So make your cans one of those things as well.
Along with your failed chairs and failed tents and failed everything that we see.
Your Hot Bodies parts boxes that takes up about 3/4 of a bin.
And also, if our toilets ever open again, try and just keep it to toilet paper and feces.
Not napping. Please.
No, not nappies, and probably not happening.
Oh, goodness Lord. That was some shifting of that. That was some shifting. Anyway, let's get on to some happier times. We're in question time. Question time. Do we want to do side? Oh my God! As well. Do you want to do side?
Oh wow! Oh, that's good. That's good. No, this is online.
That's going to rival.
Immortalized. that was never immortalized, and here we are. This is just a beep to remind me to know where to pick up on it when I save that. Hello, buddy.
Try again.
Question time.
Leroy, can you save us, please?
No.
No.
Wow. Craig Homeboy RC says, "Tenor lady, that's a cheap date, isn't it?"
Or
lady of the night.
Island. Yeah.
Good Lord.
So question time. Moving on to question time. John, what questions you got?
Okay, I'm going to go with our ones, and then we'll go out from the side. And anyone watching, if you've got a question, get it on there, and Leroy will answer it sensibly, and Mark and I will probably not answer it sensibly. What do racers not like about off-road tracks anymore? This was from Kevin, I think, our Kevin, from people, I think, commenting that it was bumpy at the weekends and stuff.
Yeah, I think he said, "Why do RC racers not like off-road?" Or...
Yes. I think for me, that's because we're spoiled. I think, like the DXR guys, they kind of started it off to giving us these amazingly prepped tracks, and which was obviously for Neo at the time, and Westmill as well. So much effort put in all of the time to have these really perfectly prepped tracks. We forget that off-road is off-road. They have shocks for a reason, and tuning those is part of the game, I guess.
Yeah. I think as well, I think a lot of people sort of they look at American races. They look at well, I think this is actually sometimes it's clearly not the case, but they look at some of these really well prepped American tracks and think, God, something like that's off road, or that's definitely not.
But they
off-road,
never are though. The American ones.
No.
The American ones blow out, buddy.
Oh yeah. So they blow out.
They blow out more than
instantly.
They are
However, they've got 800 entries worth of money to make something that still blows out anyway. We are living a champagne track on beer money with less than 800 entries, and it's all right.
It is what it is. Leroy, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's same as anything. If you took a temp scale carpet racer and then chucked him on a bumpy Astro track, he wouldn't know what hit him and wouldn't like it. And I don't think you massively like something until you're good at it, or you feel comfortable with it. But we do need a bit more of it, I think. We are racing off-road cars, and it is cool for tracks to evolve and become different. So I think we just need to.
It's a very good point. It's a very good point about people just not liking it, or not liking being bad at it, or not as good as they think they should be at it. Is that it's like, there are most of the people in that field are obviously very good at driving RC cars in a certain condition and in a certain, specific condition. And if you've got that expectation of like, well, I did well here, so I should do well there, it might, until you get accustomed to it, it can definitely lead to some disappointment. You don't hear the people moaning about if it was a bumpy track or not.
Well, sometimes you do, but not always.
Well,
it's very difficult. I personally don't massively like proper bumpy tracks, or I don't like them when, like for example, our back jump, it got a bit random. I don't like that. I think jump should be, something that you can rely on. I don't mind bumps and character per se between the corners, but jump faces, which our back jump became a bit difficult at the weekend, that we need to try and fix. So we're going to try and retain some of the character through the quick chicanes and stuff like that on our track, because I think that's quite cool, and you've got to think about where you're braking and stuff. But we want to make it so that everybody can do the jump sections and stuff. That's my takeaway from it.
Yeah, I would agree, because jump faces, especially when you can't massively see them very well, it can become a bit more random.
Definitely.
But yeah, I would agree with that. I like the change and evolving track. I don't like it when it goes too far and it's just like mines out there.
There's a definite line. There's a definite line.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So there we go. That's our take.
So next, this is a sensible question, and I have a host that are not massively sensible. Shock pistons, effect on hole size and number of holes versus the oil thickness. Current trend seems to be smaller holes on the truggy and larger holes on the buggy. I'm going to throw this one first to Mr. Martin, because he is our resident pro and knows all of these things and what you should do and why and when and why it's different.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
I mean, suspension.
We're always learning, all of us.
We are always learning, and suspension is always a bit. Oh, it's very track dependent. It's very condition dependent, and it's very driver dependent. It's if you have bigger holes, the shock can work obviously easier with the same thickness oil, for example. So it can be better in bumps and stuff with bigger holes. But you can work out the same with more holes. I mean, I can feel the difference when I drive between an 8-hole and a 5-hole. But would I be able to tell you without knowing if it was a 5-hole or an 8-hole? I'm not so sure.
I would agree with that, and I think that's a very good, honest answer. That you can definitely feel the difference, and it's something you either like or you don't like. But I don't think it's as clear cut as knowing which one you're going to prefer until you've actually tried it.
I think you're way better off as a driver to kind of stick with something. So you either stick with your 8-hole, or you stick with your 5-hole, and then you work around that. So for me, I've tried both. I like the 8-hole stuff, so I'm going to pretty much stick with the 8-hole, and then I'll work around that. So I'll work out the shock oil and the suspension, the springs that work best with it. I'll then work on the the front and rear end independently again to find the shock oil and stuff that I think works. What size 8-hole piston you should have, which we always generally settle on 1.2 front and 1.3 rear.
Yeah.
And then you work around that, because otherwise you can get very lost. And there will be times where a 5-hole might work better. For me, what I will say is when you have less holes with a bigger hole, the car definitely seems a bit lazier. It's less reactive. So I guess because the oil has more of a piston to hit before there's a hole, it can stall the oil a bit more, which makes the car feel a little lazier. And then the more holes, I guess the oil can float through a lot quicker. Find a way out. I mean, that's what it's trying to do at the end of the day. It's trying to find a way to the other side of the piston. So
I would agree. I think we need Mr. Roscoe to come and talk about our shocks. For me, I break it down as simple as if it's like a very fast, quite flat European style track. For my personal feel, when I've driven, I think the 8-hole package seems to be better. I think it feels faster. And then when you get into the really big, huge American style jumped tracks, big landings, lots of 180-degree corners where you need to have the car rotate a lot, get square, and then go up. I think that the 6-hole package seems to be a bit better with the bigger holes. But yeah, like Leroy said, I think you kind of got to dibble in and out of it yourself and run through the whole range of it. So don't just try one thing and think, oh, that doesn't work. You might need to marry your oil and your spring up to that package, and it just takes a lot of time to fettle with that.
Mm-hmm.
So on the topic of oil, this is a question to Lee, is that if, for example, you are starting to move out of your usable range of oil through temperature or track condition, you've got to, for example, if we put a 6-hole 1.5 piston in our truck, which obviously we have done lots of the time, when the temperature goes up quite high, we start to sort of top out on oils. We're up into like the 70s, and obviously the beta oil we go up to 75, which is 750 weight CST. So that was 750 CST, which is obviously pretty high. What do you do to bring that down into your more usable range? Do you reduce a hole or reduce the hole diameter on all of the holes, or a number of holes?
I mean, both will give you the same kind of thing, but I think if you were trying to do it professionally, and what you'd want to do is just reduce the size of the hole.
Okay.
That's what my preferred option would always be. Again, it's like when we try and take a hole out by filling it. It's great, but then you're left with a patch where the oil stalls.
Mm.
And for me, I think it's better it can find a way out, because it will create disturbances, and it will try and go around the outside of the piston more in that area, which could force the shock over and create friction. But then I think I'm going too deep with it.
And you've definitely got to do it right. When you do fill up your hole with a grub screw, you've definitely got to ensure that it doesn't overlies the piston, because I have
and then come out
seen that
after
before. Or crack your piston in half or whatever,
which I saw in a bag.
Yes. Say no more.
Exactly that. So that's I think that's a good enough answer for that one. Try it all, see what you like. This is going to be quick fire, these ones, because these are slightly less technical. Mr. Jones would like to know, did we miss him? Yes.
Always.
Every day.
That was easy. Where did Ben Johnson's brake parts go? Because he installed all new bits and pieces on his nice alloy centre diff mount. Don't think he was particularly keen with the Loctite, so he lost the lot.
Not liberal enough with the Loctite.
The springs, the screws, the brakes, the whole lot. Where did they go? He's managed to find one spring. The little tiny springs. Yeah. He did a track walk today. He's found one spring. The rest of it's gone. Where is it?
They fell in the pot of tartan paint.
Nice.
So they're still there, or have they gone to there?
No, they're gone. They're gone. But Ben found found one spring this morning on a track walk. Lyndon and Ben went on a track walk, and they found one spring.
Lyndon found a pad.
Oh, did he find a pad as well? Oh, there we go.
Lyndon found a pad. So we are a quarter of the way back.
they are about to be a feature on the track when it gets rolled into it.
Kind of like that Kershaw Wishbone that was originally in
yes, and that must have been there since 2009 or 10. That was awesome. I'd forgotten that. Mark won't know that when we were building the track and we were doing the back section, so the dirt had been moved around multiple times and built up and all that sort of stuff. And somehow none of us had noticed until we come for I think it was the second oiling, Leroy, that we were doing.
Yeah, I think so.
There was this perfect Kyosho wishbone, broken wishbone, just there rolled.
Amazing.
Yeah. It was like a fossil.
It was.
Exactly. Yeah, I bet.
Someone's dug it out this weekend, though.
yeah, exactly. They put it on their car to save some money.
Yeah.
Well, can't blame them. Is 1 a.m. the best time to be doing a track walk? So the reason for that question is, I'd mentioned to this gentleman that's asked this question that our camera system at the track kept going off and alerting me in the middle of the night of things going on, of which multiple track walks were happening between midnight and 1:30 on the Saturday. So is it a good time, Leroy, to do a Leroy track walk?
I mean, yeah, I did it quite a lot.
Was it all you? I could just see a torch. I couldn't actually make out who it was.
It definitely wasn't me, mate.
No. They're a little bit small to be you, to be fair.
No, yes. I don't know.
No, I think the advent of light is helpful.
I think the people that are doing the 1 o'clock track walks are probably the people that always end up having issues in racing. It's probably because you're a bit tired and a bit grumpy. Why don't you go to bed?
Ben, wasn't it? It was Mr. Ben Johnson trying to find his
brake pads. But he's never grumpy, so it couldn't have been him. But other people were grumpy, and I fear it's because you're a bit tired. Go to bed. Get your bedtime sorted, and I think you'd have a better race day. Don't do your track walk at 1 o'clock. Get up half an hour earlier.
Just don't do it. Turn your generator off. Give us an easier life. The Monday to Friday life. And
also, just on a genuinely on an actual serious note, for those that do ever or are ever arriving late at the track, if you're going to arrive at that time at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, first of all, don't come at that time, because it's just going to annoy anyone that would have to come and let you in. And under no circumstances whatsoever, park outside that gate. You're parking on what is essentially a public road. It's in pitch black in the middle of the night, as well as being unwise. It's also, it's that. Don't do that.
It's unwise. It's unwise.
Agreed.
Last one from me. How many poos are a Portaloo designed for?
300.
I don't actually think there's an answer to this question.
Well, I wonder if it's a good.
It all depends on the size.
I think you should Google it, like Leroy said, and I think that whoever gets furthest away has to buy lunch for everybody. So I'm going to go 550 plus 5 nappies and 3 cans of Coke. That's what I think.
I'm going to go with 7 Mark Rumble, sort of a bit unwell visits.
Looks like buying lunch. Yes. Slightly unwell kebab, Mark Rumble.
I think that's a good chance.
Come on, Leroy, give us some scores on the doors.
I'm trying here.
Lee's search history at the moment is very questionable.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, possibly not what you'd want.
So
1 o'clock in the morning, how many poos in a Portaloo?
Yeah, I've put that, and one of the first things Google brings up is pooping in a car.
Good Lord. I thought you were going to be pooping at Nemo Raceway.
To be fair, I'd actually prefer people pooping in their own cars. At least then it would, it's no longer our issue.
How many times should you poo a day?
Good Lord.
7.
30, right?
7, I heard. Don't eat your bananas.
You keep talking about
This is a lot of poop-related search. Are you on the
looking
deep web?
Googling it. The deep dark web. You're gonna find the new Turkey body shop on the deep dark.
Oh God! And that could be a turd. Right, come on, John. What's the next question? Whilst Lee's, Lee is. So we had a very good day at the track.
I'm out.
We were,
out of
and I tell you what, the overriding a number of comments today were about me getting calluses on my hands through manual labour, and that I need to be wearing gloves because I'm a wuss. I can't believe I see Mark Rumble being a macho man. Well, come on now, listen here. And
are you going to your hand because you actually have got blisters on your hand?
I do. I don't know if you can see that. I've got blisters. I mean, look, they're working hands. Look, that's even got a cut on it.
You've frozen on my sides. Can't really see it. You look like your manlyhood length on that particular frozen shot. Did we find anything on? Did we find anything on the poos, Leroy?
No, I can tell you how many portaloos we need for how many people we have.
Oh, we could do a division.
Let's do that off air.
We're all right. Don't worry.
Oh, we're good. Oh, good.
302
portaloos needed.
There's one here.
150
I don't believe. How many porta toilets do I need per person? It's recommended that for every 100 women, you hire one portable toilet, and for every 425 men.
John, we're overspec. We could save some porta potty money here.
So what are the women doing in there to need?
I actually think we've reached new lows on this show.
This is really bad. This is poop talk. This is really. Is it 9 o'clock? Watershed. This is shit content, people.
Yes, indeed. Hit boom boom.
Just so they have a waste. Hold on, they have a waste capacity of 225 liters, I think. How big's a poo for that?
Should we do a displacement check on the in the bath or something?
Let's research it and answer Mr. Simpson's question next week.
Okay. My Google search has just gone worse considering I've asked the average poo size in liters.
I think it's called a cochrophiliac when you have a fascination with poo. I think.
A what?
I'm not going to say it again because I was marginal whether I was going to say it the first time, but I think that's correct. Google that as well. That will add in nicely to the rest of your search history.
Yeah. Wait, you'll see FBI.
Up to 2 liters daily for your average person.
Wow.
Well, I don't know how many these people, those 400 people, are decently dehydrated. Then, aren't they? That's a slight concern. They're only at half a litre each.
Did we have any questions on the side before we stop torturing this poor audience about poos?
Yeah, I'm glad I'm off that. Ben Johnson, I think, answered my question earlier anyway.
Did he?
Yeah. So, anyway, where am I? Steve Spencer says he loved the track. It really made you work and be smooth and dial your car accordingly to the conditions, which is what off-road rallycross is all about.
Good.
Nice.
Steve, Ivan retracted a message and then put, is there a point of a new truggy now?
No, not now. 215T is our truck for the 2021 season.
I think what he's asking is, what's the point in making a new one? Well, because we will make a better, faster one.
Yeah. When we think that we can make a better, faster one, we bring it to market.
Who was that?
Ivan. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stephen Lockley said, did you find my jack? Now, I think Ben found a jack. in all seriousness.
Okay. Stephen
Is this a
Lockley is
person that we're
Gemma
missing?
Edwards. No. No.
Okay. No.
Jack,
So
it's
no.
Sisters
So
Jill.
far we haven't found a missing Jack. No.
No.
Where is
No.
the Jack?
So I believe the boys were using the Jack as a football post,
Right. So
which is unusual because normally they use everybody else's caravans and cars as their football posts.
I
Agreed.
thought that for the Euros matches you had to use regulation posts. I didn't think you
No,
were
a
able
car
to
Jack
use
or a
car
caravan.
jacks.
Okay, that's
So
okay.
I think Ben Johnson found that Jack.
Did he?
Yes. So
Okay,
maybe
so
Ben
we'll
can
see.
confirm or deny where that went and whether it was a Jack. I think it was a silver box.
Yes.
Silver box. Yes, I saw it on Facebook.
That's looking good then, Gemma. It's looking good that we might know where your missing goalpost stroke Jack is.
There you go.
We'll try and hunt it down.
Steve Spencer, it was kids. Lee, and Charlie was drinking beer and was no fit state to walk. Yeah, we definitely weren't walking around the track.
Roll round it.
It was actually Steve was so drunk. He was like, "God, the track is so bumpy." You're walking on flat land, mate. Don't worry.
The problem was he fell over and no one marshalled him, so he was out there for hours.
He was stuck there till the morning.
It was only when I went for a wee, I saw him on his back, so I had to run out there.
Like a tortoise. He was turtle. Oh, we're back onto poo.
Homeboy RC, maybe it wasn't a track walk at 1 a.m. Have you looked in the bumhole?
The new dogging spot.
Maybe.
Tim
Exactly.
Simpson says that his question was not supposed to be taken seriously or that seriously.
Well, it has to be. It's, we talk about
Our
poo
due
and
diligence.
it's done, isn't it?
It's legit questions. Kev
Exactly.
says, do we have winners and losers from the weekend?
I don't know. Are you having a fit, Mark? I just saw you move
Don't
massive
panic.
around the screen.
No, don't panic. No fit.
What was? I'm sorry, Leroy. I missed the question.
Kev asks if we have winners and losers from the weekend, or are we doing winners and losers, or it's not our race? Do we?
Yeah, it's not one of our races, but
Kev's our winner.
I'm going to go.
Upset.
I go all PC. I'm going to go. Winner was the Nitro Cross Series as a whole. I think it was a great thing. I think that was cool. And losers, I'm going to go with us because we have to deal with 35 poos in the wrong places and black bags all over the place and broken chairs. And so we're once again a loser for trying to put these races on. That's my two choices.
Fair enough.
That'll do.
Leroy?
Rumble, you were going.
Rumble.
Rumbles. My winner for the weekend is Phil Rance.
Oh, yes. I was hoping you were going to say that. Good.
Any reason?
Legendary status confirmed.
He is, Leroy. Phil Rance, we need to introduce you. He's always there before the race.
You need to introduce me. I knew him before you.
No,
well,
he's our friend.
Why he is?
I raced with him when I was 16.
Well, okay, so he is a legend because he's always there before a race, trying to help us on IT and just make things work better for us, like these streams or the live RC when we're trying to stream the video and all that sort of stuff. He absolutely he watches these things and comes and sees our worries about what we've got, and he comes and tries to make it better. So he provides us entertainment. He's definitely somebody that I would have been clubbing with in 1995. It's a throwback to Ibiza. We just love it. It's fantastic.
It's awesome.
We have a giggle every weekend that he turns up with old school celebrations. Think Kevin and Perry Go Large. That's the three of us on a Thursday when we're trying to fix it.
100%. Oh goodness gracious, he's sensational. And also the reason why we have at the track we've got such a sensational stream is thanks to Phil, because we've got a very obviously we have Wi-Fi at the track, and it is a setup of setups and Amazon level
home hub, is it? We've got
it ain't your home hub. So we do an amazing job, really, to be fair, doing what we do. So yeah,
Good
top
stuff.
man Phil. The losers from the weekend were.
That sounds.
Loser from the weekend was Will Skidmore.
Oh, we missed him. Where was he?
Missed him.
Yeah.
He was at home. I was talking to Johnny about it. He was at home having a weekend off. He was booked in, but having a weekend off. He was at home with his girlfriend and Johnny's girlfriend, apparently. So,
Right. So he's actually a winner then.
He's
not
a winner. He's winning.
He's a winner. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll see him at the next one.
My winner is Big Phil Truman because his pizzas were dialed in.
They were dialed in. I managed to eat a cold one, and it still tasted good cold.
Yeah, that was a winner for me because that was awesome. And then a loser. Don't massively have one.
You have to make a bad one like me.
I think that's good.
I don't actually know. I can't really pick one.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like.
There wasn't many losers. There wasn't many losers.
Coming to Nemo Raceway, there are no losers.
No,
everyone's a winner.
Baby, that's the truth.
But yeah.
Back to the side.
Back to the side. So we're pretty much done. Ben Johnson said he'll give it to Gemma at the Nationals. So there you go. Jack found.
Nice. Perfect. I like it.
Missing person report.
Missing person found. Martin Hart says after the lipo mishap, a serious question: what is the lifespan of a lipo battery? A serious answer: no one knows.
1 minute to 10 years, seemingly.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I've seen them
random.
I've seen them pop on the first charge and then seen some that look like from ancient times.
Yes, exactly, and you can definitely upgrade the life cycle by just as somebody has said this. I'm nicking it. You can just run Piranha. Put Piranha 25% in what you've got, and then you don't have to worry about lipos.
And what I think we should do is quite shortly release a proper lipo box that will actually contain a fire.
Yes, that would be good. Let's get one drawn up. Let's make it happen.
I think it'd be good for us to do something like that for sure. I understand there is a chap, I don't know who it is. He's a 10th scale guy who actually does make something like that. It's called the Bat Safe, the Bat Box.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I'm not sure who is the main man behind that. I know Schumacher distribute it, but it's a good product.
I have seen it. I did actually design my own about 6 years ago. Anyway,
well, come back to that. We'll come back to your design one in 6 years ago, and we'll make it happen. You missed a very important question, and that was: is Rumble lying on the floor on a rug?
I actually thought the exact same thing.
It does. Now I've read that, I can't help but keep looking at that picture, thinking he's actually lying on the floor, holding the phone up at him.
I am. But like this.
And if you are, you have the strongest arm that anyone has ever come across. Which also leads on to more questions.
I don't know how I've missed it. I don't have that question on here.
Do you know? Oh, somebody said it looks like he's lying on a rug.
What is it? I found it.
So, for clarity, I am not an 26-year-old Love Islander, but yes, this is the headboard from my bed. Everyone says that people that have got this is a headboard. I know.
No.
Yes. I'll show you. This is a headboard. Apparently, there's a sign if you've got like a crushed velvet headboard or something, you're a certain type of person.
Before you show us, just put a disclaimer out there. Are you wearing clothing from your waist down? Because obviously we can't verify that right now.
Absolutely not.
Who says I am?
I never do it.
And I'm definitely not, because I'm peeing.
We save so much money on washing and pants. No. This is a bed. This is a headboard. It's just it's like I'm actually in a Premier Inn hotel at the minute. This is actually my house now. However,
there's no purple lights though.
Yes, exactly.
These are red. No. These are the red lights.
You're actually at the Banbury Premier Inn, aren't you? To be fair, is that where you're living now?
Correct.
You're Alan Partridge, aren't you?
Yeah.
At a hotel.
Mark Rumble of No Fixed Abode.
Perfect.
So, moving on from the rug rumble, was it the right decision to call the e-buggy Nat at Kent? Yes, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think we all go to the places we want to race. We're there in that field because we want to race. But sometimes you're just dealt with. The weather gods decide that they're going to do something different, and you could have tried to force that race through and have marshals falling over in puddles, and it was a serious amount of rain. It was slippery. You couldn't really walk properly on the track. It was the right call. It's not a call that we want. We're there because we want to race, but
Yeah, and
just got to.
And the thing is, we're in, amazing job to the organisers of that series, and I understand that they have actually, because I saw it come into the calendar, they have rescheduled the date.
Yeah,
but there is there is little to no publication about that. So I just wanted to make sure anyone watching live is aware that it has been rescheduled, because I didn't know, and I should know. I should know. I should be able to find that information, but wasn't able to do so because I'm not on the mailing list for that. Because I obviously haven't entered them, I believe.
You're just excited to get back down to the Maidstone Premier Inn and have that fantastic service level that we had in the restaurant check-in, check-out process. It
was something. It was something, that is for sure. I think, yes, your starter main 18-hour later dish was delicious after we were in our desserts. But
yes,
I think it was just on the point about weather conditions and tracks before I, bang on like normal, is that it's so we are very, very lucky to have an oil track. I understand it has its disadvantages, but because you have that supreme, that weather resistant and very hard surface, it means you can sweep water off it. It hasn't, it's not permeable. It's not, water, but it's not permeable. It doesn't let the water through, so it doesn't soak into that. So it means you can stand on it because it's such a hard standing material, and then sweep the water off and be done with it. If you're not on an oil track and you get rain like that, unless you have a Montpellier's worth of staff to sweep and wood and sawdust the track, you're not racing. You are just mud bathing it round, and it's unsafe. The moment you've got to walk on that track, you are double footing it onto your neck, almost certainly. So no, it was the right choice, and good to have it rescheduled. Looking forward to going back to Kent and the inevitable night out by that time, or not.
Well, it's Freedom Day Monday, man.
I know, and it's been confirmed today, so that's really good news. That's a bit of positivity. That's great news.
So let's quickly answer a few more. It's 10 o'clock. So Harry Weymouth says, when are we going to get another Nemo meeting? Already wanting to get back on the track?
7th of August, and we also have a super duper August bank holiday weekend race coming up, and they are going to be, if I can pull my finger out my bum, online tomorrow, both of those. So 7th of August for a Saturday race, and then the August bank holiday weekend.
What is the date of the August bank holiday?
It
29th.
is the 29th,
7th,
8th and 9th, I believe, or 28th, 9th and 30th. 28th, 9th and 30th.
Radio. Splendid. Steve Spencer, right. Yes, we do have 225s in stock.
We do.
Pixel
Worldwide.
Said, they second my winner on the pizzas. Very enjoyable and agreed. Muchas gracias, Mr. Truman.
That is a perfect way to end our Monday night ramble.
Yes, man. So that's that. Any of you guys got anything else to add?
No, I'm looking forward to the Leroy closeout, which is ever the professional closeout that I always forget. So I think
Team email is going out tomorrow. Team email, hotel details, of which I understand is about 800 million quid for the night. But team email is going out tomorrow with starting setup sheets for 319 BP for Brookthorpe. There's weekends coming national, and the A215T. We'll have that out tomorrow AM.
Nice.
Happy days.
Leroy,
I was late. Sorry.
So yeah, that's it from us. Thanks for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure you have by now. Hit the bell icon if you want. That will tell you when we're going live, so you don't miss a show, and you never want to miss one of those. Might not be on the right stream, but we'll be live somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah.
Somewhere. Share this with all your friends, because why not? Maybe they like to talk about poo as well.
Perfect sign off there.
So yes, we'll see you next week, same time, 8:30.
We will be there.